Hey everyone and welcome back to the sports section. So breaking news. Well, not so breaking news because we knew these things were going to happen. Let's be real. During the live stream where we went over the Premier League fixtures, if you missed that, it's going to be in top right corner, but rest assured, I'm going to make a smaller video just so the format is better. But as I said, quiet day since the Euro began, pretty quiet on the transfer rumors, right? And so, news outlets always have to make up stuff. This was bound to happen, and so right now, we're being linked with an unknown striker. Maybe if you're a fan of Alaves from La Liga, maybe you know him. Most of you probably do not, let's be honest. Plus, we always have rumors about Chelsea players, in this case, Nicolas Jackson. Apparently, he's not that happy at the club anymore. He wants to leave. We know that Nicolas Jackson loved Pochettino. I mean, when Pochettino left the club, it was announced that he's leaving the club. He was not that happy on social media, was pretty disappointed. So maybe there is something to those rumors, but right now, let's be honest, most of it is just BS. Let's start with number one. Breaking. Chelsea wants Samu Omor something. He's owned by Atletico Madrid, plays for Alaves. Chelsea wants to start negotiation. Now first choice striker for Enzo Maresca's attack, according to Di Marzio, which, by the way, is, I would say, tier 1, tier 2. Then, an hour later or so, just in, Chelsea have had a £33.8 million bid rejected for Samu, but they still want him. To be honest, I do not believe a word of this. I cannot understand what type of game these sporting directors are playing. Seriously, £33.8 million for this dude? He gives me a vibe of Ewoniwi from Forest, Nottingham Forest. I mean, they look alike, same size, pretty strong, strikers, doesn't score that many goals. Anyways, this is basically the profile of Taiwo from Nottingham Forest, right? You look at the performance chart here. Shooting, carries, aerials, and a little bit of assisting as well, because they do play sometimes with two strikers. Plus you can see here on the heat map, yes, spends a lot of time inside the box, but can drop off as well, playing each side of the pitch. Now, if we go and look at Samu, you can see performance chart here, about the same, right? Shooting, carries, aerial. Assisting not so much, that's because of the formation that Alaves are playing, only with one striker. But you can start to understand just by looking at the heat map why this might be an interesting choice for Enzo Maresca's system. I mean, it's a bit of the same profile, I would say, as Jhon Duran, let's be honest. Big, strong, fast, young, inexperienced. That's basically what you get here. No, but for real, if you look at the heat map, he's a striker, obviously he's going to spend time inside the box, but it does show you that he can drop and help the midfield a little bit and then start the attack from there. Just basing ourselves from the heat map here, you can go and look at a couple of highlights that La Liga has posted on YouTube. You can already find some Chelsea fan comments on there as well. So, okay, you can start to see why we're linked with him. He's 193 centimeters high. He's only 20 years old, comes from Spain, preferred foot right, but he can shoot with his left as well. Overall player function, all-around finisher. But if we're looking for a new striker, right, you would have thought that we're looking for a striker that already scored a lot of goals, that is experienced, that will not cost us that much money, unless he's really like Osimhen or something like that. But no, we're willing to pay 35 to 40 million euros for someone that last season has scored 8 goals and had 1 assist. Previously, he played in the second division for Granada, I believe, 14 goals. Okay, fine, that was a year and a half ago or so. So he was 18, 19 years old. Fine. I mean, we signed Nicolas Jackson last year. He scored only 12 goals in La Liga for Villarreal, assisted 4. This season for us in the Premier League scored 14, 5 assists. Of course, 3 of those 14 goals came against a 9-player Tottenham Hotspur. But overall, okay, this argument of, oh, why are we going for him? Well, we went for Nicolas Jackson as well. Now, the second argument you can make here is, of course, we have Nicolas Jackson, we have Nkunku, we also had Washington, we have Datro Fofana. So if we're going for another striker, shouldn't that be a striker that adds a lot of value to the team? Why go after, again, young, inexperienced strikers if we already have those at the club? Which, To be honest, I agree. It just doesn't make much sense, which is why I think at first we went after Sesko, right? Makes sense. Which, of course, then leads us to being linked with Julian Alvarez, which also makes sense, experience in the Premier League. We're not going to pay the asking price for Osimhen, so that's already off the table. So now we're stuck with the crumbs, let's say. Jhon Duran, which I believe is still a better option, has some Premier League experience. He wants to join, we want him. I think the problem here is that Aston Villa need the cash. We just want to do a swap deal, probably with Ian Maatsen, about the same valuation. So that's that. But yeah, overall, I can understand the frustration. I'm also frustrated, first of all, because things are taking way too long, yet again. Second of all, we're just not targeting the right players, in my opinion. And then with regards to the Nicolas Jackson thing, in my opinion, it's just a nothing burger. Quiet day at the office, so some BS news has to come out. Just me, my opinion personally. Moving on to Pedro Lima, the player that we did not sign. I did a video. I thought we signed him. Fabrizio Romano said we signed him. Everybody said we signed him. So I just repeated what I heard. Sorry about that. An hour or two later, well, we did not sign him. Wolves came in, hijacked the deal. Now, to me, that was very strange because from the start, we knew that he was not going to play for Chelsea, right? We knew that this is going to be a Blue Co acquisition. You go to Strasbourg, you perform, you get some experience in Europe. And then if you are pretty good, we take you to Chelsea. Because remember, we still have Reece James. We still have Malo Gusto. We have Josh Achampong, right? People forget about that. People cry, oh, we missed out on Pedro Lima. Ooh. Pedro Lima, who is it? We already talked about him in the previous video. Also a player that has done virtually nothing. So to cry about that while we still have Reece James, Gusto, and our own academy player, it's just another Football Manager fans that cry about everything because they truly think that we are playing here Football Manager or FIFA Career Mode. EAFC Career Mode. Now we do have a little bit more information here coming from the Athletic podcast from David Ornstein, Tier S. By the way, Tier S source. When he speaks, we listen. It's important to say that Chelsea would have been signing him, Pedro Lima, for Strasbourg, of course. This was not a signing to play for Chelsea immediately. I think if that had been the case, then I do not expect Chelsea to have lost out to Wolves with total respect. Of course, we know. If it was a Chelsea signing, then I don't think he would have said no. But then again, he would not have been playing at Chelsea. He would be rotting on the bench because he's nowhere near as good as Reece or Gusto. Let's be honest. So I don't understand this whole, misunderstanding. I don't know if it's a misunderstanding, but this whole circus show just doesn't make much sense. But then again, this is the new Chelsea under the new ownership, under the two sporting directors. Plus, then we had a report come out that Ipswich have asked for a price for Omari Hutchinson, which I already covered as well a couple of weeks ago. I think with Hutchinson, it's pretty clear. Either we decide today we want to cash in already, so we have to ask between 20 to 30 million, let's be honest. Or we decide, you know what, we loan him out to Ipswich for one more season. We know he's going to be a starter there, get even more experience. Then whether or not he goes and plays for us remains to be seen, or probably we're going to sell him for more. By the way, for Ipswich, he starts on the left and then comes in the center as well. We currently have Mudryk and Sterling. Would it be so bad to have Hutchinson as well? I don't think so. But then again, if the price is right, if they come and say, look, 30, 35, let's put a little premium on that, I would say yes, sell him, and then in the contract add a sell-on clause or a buyback clause, whatever you want to choose. I think that would be the smart thing to do. We know that Chelsea right now are not that smart when it comes to transfers, other than Cole Palmer, but he's the exception, not the rule, let's be honest. So yeah, remains to be seen overall. I'm still waiting for Olise. I'm still waiting for real reports on strikers. Maybe after this video is done, suddenly Fabrizio Romano comes out and says that, yeah, we are truly looking at Samu. We're not looking at Duran anymore because the deal there is complicated, which, by the way, is quite funny because Aston Villa are also stuck with the deal between Douglas Luiz and Juventus, then getting McKennie and Inning Jr., plus I think someone else, or I might be. Anyways, doesn't matter. So they're stuck with their transfers. Could be interesting. It's funny for a club that has qualified for the Champions League next season. They have quite a lot of issues right now. Anyways, that's about it for this video. Do share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, notification bell, do all of that. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.